Greetings, Hive. Hope you all are doing well. It is day 52 of my 90-day challenge, and I am broadcasting here in space. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, so, today's is kind of tiring day, so yeah, unfortunately, the family sick. It started with my youngest son. I probably got it from school, and yeah, he's been sick during the weekend, and now it definitely has passed on to my wife, and yeah, she's unfortunately sick today, in the last few days, so definitely wasn't able to go to work today, and we'll see. I hoping and praying that she gets better. But yeah, as for myself, I do feel the itch in my throat, right? Or sinuses are kind of getting blocked as well. But overall, besides feeling a little bit tired, I don't feel run down whatsoever. But once again, knocking on wood here that hopefully it doesn't flare up to anything. So yeah, it's unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, we're trying to do our best, be our best with each day that's given to us. Each day is truly a blessing, right? And every day I wake up in the morning or wake up for my work, I pray, and I pray for being thankful for another day to be my best, do my best, and serve, right? So I every morning I'm very thankful to open my eyes again and just perform to make the most of each given time that is allowed for me, every breath, right? So yeah, it's been it's been one of those days, one of those weeks, and I'm lucky, I guess. I can be say fortunate enough that with the removal of a lot of junk since the start of this year, that I don't I guess my immunity in my immune system is a lot stronger than last year. So lucky for I haven't been sick to start this year, and yeah, I mean, especially with family being sick here and there, and I'm blessed that I haven't been sick, but but definitely once again, falling off the wagon, as they would love to say, or just not, like I said, we're not perfect. We're gonna have things here and there. Definitely, um, having the last 2 weeks, not eating as healthy as I would like to, right? That kind of introduce a little bit. So I just feel that itch in my throat, and just hopefully once again, I do feel fine, right? Except for just feeling a little tired from, I would love to credit that from just not sleeping enough, right? So, but overall, if feeling fatigue or rundown or brain fog, and any symptoms when it comes to being sick and ill, definitely I don't feel that whatsoever. So I definitely credit to cleaning up my nutrition, staying active through the Japanese walk interval. That's been super helpful for me, and just have to keep going. I did miss my walk today, as yeah, once again, I'm just just feeling a little tired. So, but once again, not run down, just a little tired, and definitely just starting this a little bit early. I have to end my stream on Twitch, a little bit early, so I can get started with my evening routines to definitely just power down and definitely get to bed soon. So once again, this won't be one of those long streams like I did in the past. It's just important for me to get some rest and be ready and be available to serve tomorrow. But yeah, I'm just definitely once again telling my community on Twitch that just in case if it does flare up, right? Then yeah, I will let them know um, and definitely take the streaming part. Just take the day off to tomorrow online. I will still do this part in the evening or a little bit even earlier if I don't have to stream, just to stay updated, right? So I'll still keep this 90-day challenge wrap up stream going. All right, it's not, and I'm not doing this for hours of time of streaming. I'm just doing this like 15 to 30 minutes, and then just call it night. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna be doing for here on out. So until this challenge is over. So, but definitely once again, a continuation to the program is that that once again we just realized you don't need to start from zero, right? But once again, don't don't stretch it longer than it needs to. If you have to take a break, right? Just really don't take too long of a break, because then yes, and then if you're not eating properly, then obviously you're gonna have to start from ground zero, right? So, but once you do through the 90 days, right, and then do the next 90 days, you don't have to start from those first 5 weeks anymore, right? You built that foundation, right? Now it's developing how many levels of health you need to build upon. So the foundation's already there. You don't need to redo those foundations while you're doing the program for the second, third, or fourth time, right? It's definitely you can do a different stage. You can continue from where you left off last time, or this is definitely the nice time to introduce some of those food and reconfirm that hold that they had on you, right? Definitely put it on the side for good, right? So definitely once again, my example of me having that bag of chips that I get from Costco, the regular lightly salted ruffle looking chips, right? I had no problem eating that, enjoyed the salty taste of it. Now coming back to that, during my near the end of my 5-week program, right? It tasted more like chemicals, right? So just imagine that clearing out the junk, and resetting your palate, your taste buds, you get to taste a little bit more, right? You definitely not are numbed down like with sugars and salts and unhealthy fats, right? That you're finally really tasting things for the first time in their true form, right? So it's been um, it's been good to introduce foods in this period of time, knowing that you have that foundation of staying in the spring mode, right? Once again, we don't stay in the spring mode too long, right? We need to do a little reset, just to take a pause, right? And just kickstart it again the next week, or once again, depending on your health situation. If you are already to where you want to be, then you can stay in I believe the summer mode, right? Where you once again introduce the fruits into your diet, right? So you can use that to maintain your health goals, right? But as of now, if you're needing to heal your body and get to your ideal health goals, right? Your ideal avatar, then definitely just do another 5 weeks of the spring mode. But once again, definitely don't stay too long in the spring for 5 weeks, and then you just have to alternate that with 1 week in between those 5 weeks of spring mode. So, but yeah, once again, you don't have if you stay true to this one, eating whole foods as much as possible. You don't need to do the 5 weeks because you already remove all that stuff already. There's no point of just of starting from zero, and then you already been drinking your water. You're already having that inner dialogue when it comes to food, and this is where you're strengthening that now with introductions of foods in the past and tasting them for the first time on what they really taste like, right? And making a decision, and through your expectation to it, how it makes you feel, and how it makes you feel after 30 minutes, right? So if it's not affecting you too much, right, then it's feel free to bring that in. But once again, not every day, not every week. We'll say once a month, right? Just bring it back. Once again, it's about true food freedom, where you can have the foods that you want, but at the same time not be affected by it, right? Not be craving it as much, right? So it's definitely very important that this is not a plan that start off with elimination, right? Definitely it starts off at crowding out, right? Putting in more of the nutrient-dense foods in first, and then from there is there any room for that stuff that you're craving, right? So just feeling full first with the nutrient-dense foods, and then seeing if you have room for the rest, right? So it's like filling the jar with rocks first, and then nutrient-dense food, and then adding the empty calories, adding the sand in, and you'll be surprised that that you can be able to fit in more of that, right? In the same amount, right? But at the same time, if you're doing it the other way, where you eat the empty calories where you put the sand, and then you're putting in the dense food, you can't fit the rocks, right? You can't fit the rocks in, right? So definitely, once again, it's very important that you if you're gonna have to eat these empty calories, right, naked carbs, then make sure they're accompanied with something that is healthy nutrient, right? So adding a medley of vegetables to that plate, right? If you're gonna have your rice, right, might as well put in some vegetables next to that rice and protein, right? And just mix it in there. At least you're getting the good stuff in, and then you'll slowly realize that you just no more room for all that other stuff that you're gonna be adding later, right? So yeah, just stay true as much as you can. It's not gonna be a perfect ride. That's why we have these. There are detours, but let's stay calm and collective. Once again, no stress, right? Just be like Google Maps, never getting angry at you or yelling at you for missing a turn, right? It's just course correct and find your way back onto your destination, right? So once again, though I feel that itch in my throat, my direction to staying healthy, has minimized the effect of feeling that full blown sickness that I used to, right? And it's probably safe to say now, but and we'll find out. We'll find out tomorrow, right? We'll find out tomorrow. So, but overall, as I'm focusing today, I feel fine. I just have that itch, and I have I just feel that I need to sleep. Right? I don't feel my body doesn't feel an ounce of of low energy, or just feeling run down. It just feels I don't know, I just feel sleepy. That's it. Right? So yeah, once again, just it's I'll keep you guys updated on my progress as always. The weight loss is still stagnant around 6 pounds, right? So it's up and down. But once again, I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. If I hit my goal of 193.6, so that's cool, is awesome. If not, once again, there's just there's another day. There's and if every given day that I'm given, then I'll make the most of it as much as possible, right? But definitely, I'm not gonna waste my each moment just worrying about what's on the scale, right? And that's just the thing. It's just gonna it's gonna bring you a state that's just not gonna serve you towards that goal. All right, so once again, feel free if this has been helpful for you, and I appreciate all of you who's been supported and with my journey. Means a lot to me, and all I can do is keep moving forward for my family, for my ongoing growth, and for all of you, my community, my hive, right? So once again, feel free to like and give this video the thumbs up. Once again, you can also head over to the QR code here that will lead you to my website, coachryanj.com. to stay updated through the various social links that I have up, right? And then also feel free to subscribe or follow whichever platform you are on. Once again, this is being streamed on 3 different platforms: YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So hit those notification buttons to get updated when I go live once again. And once again, hopefully I am hopefully I'm good so I can stream tomorrow. But if overall, it starts blowing up here, right? And and I don't feel that, I feel foobarred, then obviously, yeah, I am definitely gonna take tomorrow off and just rest and recover, right? So thank you guys for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it, and thank you to my Hive, my community on Twitch, for all the joys and laughters and just wonderful conversations over there. I really appreciate all of you, and I'm hoping to do my very best to serve you guys as much as possible. All right, once again, always continue to raise your environment, because your environment is going to help you raise yourself, right? Your growth, your ability to be what you are meant to be, rather taking on actions and being moved to many different directions, right? So once again, once you're able to raise yourself, then you'll be able to raise your own environment, right? Be that positive change to your family, your friends, your colleagues, your community, right? So we don't know what people are going through, but a simple wave, a simple greet, compliment, even a hug can go a long way in turning someone's mood around, right? So once again, just continue to invest in yourself and invest in your community. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I wish you all a wonderful rest of your evening and the rest of your week. Take good care.